Williams, once again, this was 1 week ago at the Mandalay Bay Event Center on the Strip in Las Vegas. Klitschko is 33, which is prime time for a heavyweight in this day and age. Danny Williams, 2 years younger. Klitschko with a 5.5-inch height advantage and a 3-inch advantage from the armpit to the end of the fist, and both of those numerical advantages were significant in the fight, as you'll see. At a combined weight of 520 pounds, they were the heaviest aggregate for two combatants ever fighting for a heavyweight title belt. Klitschko, a very fit 250. Williams, in the eyes of some, a slightly questionable 270. Let's go back to the opening bell last Saturday night in Las Vegas. Round one begins. Danny Williams immediately tries to leap inside and land a left hook. Vitali Klitschko backs up and begins trying to work with his extended left arm to keep the range.
Danny Williams has the right strategy. Come out and go right at him. That's the only chance for him.
Vitali puts a little right hand around Williams' guard and then shoves the jab into his face. Lands two lefts, chops with a right. Williams now looking and waiting. This is the Vitali Klitschko who fought against Lennox Lewis, throwing many punches, letting his hands go. Not necessarily with a lot of power. Lands the jab flush on Danny Williams. Williams seems to be looking for an opening to get inside of Vitali's jab, and in the meantime, Vitali's taking advantage of the opportunity to score.
Yeah, he's trying to figure out how to get away from, how to get around that big left hand, but he better hurry up and figure it out.
Right hand for Klitschko lands on the top of Williams' head, and now there's a cut above Danny Williams' right eye. And Williams seems wobbled momentarily by the right hand.
He was, Jim. That right hand wobbled him. His back foot came off the canvas, a sure sign that he was hurt. But he has fought hurt before and fought well.
Good body shot by Danny Williams, backs Vitali off. Remember, Williams took a ton of punishment from Tyson in the first round and held up. Good right hand by Klitschko. Again, he lands over the top. Confidence building round for Klitschko if he doesn't make a mistake.
Yeah, but he's already breathing hard, Jim. That's the big baddest thing about him, is that he wears. If Danny can maintain his composure and make it through this, it'd be hard for Klitschko.
But Klitschko lands a big right hand shot. Williams' hands drop. Still a minute to go in the round. Danny Williams doesn't seem to think Vitali Klitschko's a big puncher. Now he backs him off with a left hook. And tries a right hand and takes a right hand in return. Vitali's got a chance for a first-round KO here. Down goes Williams.
But he actually pushed him down.
But it'll count as a knockdown.
Oh, yeah.
7, 8, 9.
Williams almost didn't beat the count, but he finally gets up at 9.5.
And there's a cut over his
right eye.
Right eye.
I think he's intimidated at this point, though.
He's lost his way, and he just took a huge right hand flush. The left hand lands. Williams might make it out of the round now as Vitali hears the sticks and knows there are less than 10 seconds. Danny Williams is going to survive the first round battering, but at what cost?
Fresh air in. You got to start moving your head, son.
Move your head.
You got to start moving your head. You want to be heavyweight champion of the world? Then you got to start moving your head. Don't, come on, champion. Wake up. Let's go. Wake up, Danny. Wake up.
Fine. Move your head.
How you feeling, Danny?
Focused.
Wake up. Talk to me, baby. Talk to me. Come on. Come on. How you feel? How you feel? Huh? Come on.
He saw a right hook by Vitali, followed by a jab. And he really was putting the pressure on Danny Williams at this point. Danny's legs were wobbly, and he was kind of afraid of all of this excitement in the atmosphere. And I think the nervous energy is hurting him more than anything.
Well, also what I thought happened, he came across the ring and tried to go at Klitschko, and Klitschko calmly avoided him. And after that, he seemed frustrated.
Williams lands a jab to start round two. Vitali Klitschko, by CompuBounce count, averages 47 attempted punches per round in his career. He threw 94 in the first round. How long will his energy level sustain under that kind of punch output?
He couldn't sustain long, but the good thing is that it had wear and tear on Danny. He took a lot out of Danny in that first round, so it may be okay for him.
And Williams does not seem able to stop Klitschko's jab. You heard the people in Williams' corner say, if you want to win, you have to move your head. His head is still.
And he won't punch back either. He's trying, but he's starting behind Klitschko. He'll never catch Klitschko that way. Klitschko is too tall.
Now he backs Klitschko off with a good left hand to the body. Williams seems to be getting his feet under him and is getting a little bit more fluid in his release.
This won't work. Staying outside with Klitschko will not work for him. He has to get close enough to land his bombs.
It'll be target practice if he stands here.
That's what it was the first round.
And it's becoming that again. Williams has to go to work. Now he's setting up to try it. It's not very difficult for Vitali to just push him off.
Nope. But look how wide Vitali's mouth is open already, though.
Wide feet, wide mouth.
If he go to the body with a couple of punches, he could cut this fight down to size very quickly.
But he has to attack. He can't stay out there and constantly just take this punishment like this. There you go.
There's
he has
a good
to attack.
left jab by Danny Williams. Best punch of the fight.
He has to continuously attack.
Vitali tried to clean him up with one right hand. Williams now blocking the right.
That's a good body shot by Williams, and that's what he has to do.
Now, a little as was the case in the Tyson fight, Danny Williams is starting to get into the fight after having weathered the early storm.
I guess he doesn't know he's in a fight until he's been clocked about a dozen times.
Till he's almost out of it.
Uppercut lands for Klitschko. The blood starts to flow again above Williams' eye. The 1-2s are landing for Klitschko, and that may be a little intimidating. Williams covering up against feints.
If Williams would roll under that like he did just then and throw a left hook to the head, he hit Klitschko almost every time, like that. He has to throw more punches. He's not throwing enough.
Well, he's shown he can take a punch, Williams. He hasn't delivered many.
You are looking at Danny Williams and Vitali Klitschko on tape last week from Las Vegas. Here's a look at Staples Center, where later tonight, live, you're going to be seeing Antonio Tarver as he tries to solidify his hold on perceived supremacy in the light heavyweight division after having knocked out Roy Jones in the second round earlier this year, following up on his spirited near-winning effort against Jones last year. But then Jones lost later to Glenn Johnson, setting up Johnson with an argument against Tarver and setting up what could be a terrific all-action light heavyweight fight tonight here at Staples Center. Let's go back to last Saturday night in Las Vegas as we get ready for this one coming up later.
Let me see it. Vitali, stay calm. You need to move more. Go out, start left, and then come in right. Turn left. Stay down, and then hit him in the middle.
You're fighting for the heavyweight title. This ain't no regular fight, baby. Come on. Go back to England and make these people proud of you. Come on. Let me see that jab, Danny. You used it in the goddamn gym. I want to see you use it with this guy. He's fading. He's fading already, Dan. He's fading. You understand me?
Your dream's there for your dad as well.
Come on, baby. You're still in it, Danny. You're still in this damn thing.
These are the
Get
tough
it.
fans.
Don't give him no free shots at you. You understand? Don't give him a free shot at you. Go to work. Go to work.
It's a lot of voices in Danny Williams' corner. Sterling McPherson and Jimmy McConnell all talking at once.
I was about to say it was like a horse with 2 or 3 jockeys on his back.
Good left hook starts the round for Danny Williams. He's much more alive than he was in round 1. You heard Vitali Klitschko's trainer Fritz Sedunik telling him he has to move more, incidentally, via the help of our interpreter Jens Halling, who's interpreting Sedunik's German. Williams lands a body shot and backs Klitschko up. Crowd gets excited.
And to tell you the truth, Klitschko don't like that at all. He doesn't like to be backed up. He likes to sit there and intimidate and push the fight himself. He likes to be the dictator. But he's a beautiful boxer from the outside. If you just stay out there, he'll box Danny all night.
Beautiful may be a stretch. He's an effective boxer from the outside.
What I mean by a tall guy that can punch from outside like that is very good to see. Most tall guys want to fight inside.
Certainly Vitali knows what he wants to do and seems to know his limitations pretty well.
Well, I'm going to tell you like this. He better finish Danny off within these next couple of rounds, because if he doesn't and he lets Danny get in his fight, he can't take this fight like this.
They trade right-hand shots. Klitschko's had a lot of big advantages early to find himself in a fight coming out of the third, going into the fourth. He's still outscoring Williams.
But Williams came into this fight afraid. Anything that happens for him, the longer this fight goes, the bigger his confidence gets. And if his confidence gets high, it's going to be a problem for Vitali, because he has a hard left hook that if he ever hits Vitali with it, it might be over.
Keep in mind, Roy, Vitali Klitschko has never been on the canvas.
Good body shot by Williams. It was a huge left hook by Danny Williams that started the onslaught that finished Mike Tyson.
Good right hand by Vitali.
And a good uppercut. Sticks the jab, dodges the left. Williams lands a jab under the chin of Vitali Klitschko.
Vitali has some heavy hands. You can't just let him keep putting them heavy hands on you. You're bound to wear down eventually.
But he is sure taking a lot of shots, and he keeps coming forward.
You got to throw that big left hook of his, though. He's not throwing it enough. Then he could be waiting Vitali out. I don't know, but he needs to throw that hook more.
There is a belief in the Williams camp that Vitali Klitschko has a stamina problem.
Low blow by Williams.
Time out.
As he drives Klitschko into the corner.
I know, but you can't do that. Okay, bring him up. Come in. Box.
It would seem like a case of mistaken.
Oh, good
left hook by Klitschko floors Williams.
That was about a 3-inch left hook.
That was stunning.
6, 7, 8, 9. You all right? Yeah. All right.
That's what I mean when I say beautiful, Jim. Shots like that from outside.
That was good.
Don't quit on me. Don't quit on me, Danny.
Break, man. He's quitting.
Huh?
He's quitting.
Come on, baby. Don't quit on me.
Sit back there.
How you feel, champion? Come on.
Some water, man.
Huh? Give me some water.
Give me some water. Danny, you right. Keep your hands on. Hands on. Great defense.
He see Vitali take a step back and throw a hook while Danny was coming in with his own hook. Caught him right on the chin with a little delayed reaction, and down Danny went. Once again, Danny came in to throw a jab, actually, and Vitali countered the jab with a left hook, a beautiful short left hook by the tall guy. And that's what I like about Vitali staying outside, because he can land those type of punches.
Very accurate round for Klitschko in round 3 by CompuBox numbers. He was 33 out of 59 for 56%. Danny Williams 9 out of 30. You heard the raucous Williams corner where Sterling McPherson was saying, "Don't quit on me."
But I like what Danny said. Danny said, "Who's quitting?" And I like that.
He fires a jab into Klitschko's face and another one, and again, Williams is quicker than Klitschko to begin round 4. Vitali already with a good lead on the scorecards, probably 5 points.
And he didn't even turn his shoulders that much on that left hook. That just goes to show you how heavy his punches are.
Harold, how do you have it through 3?
Okay, Jim, 5 points, 30-25, 3 rounds to nothing, Vitali Klitschko. Jim Antes, he's winning it on clean punching, but 2 things I noticed, okay? Number 1, Vitali's fighting with his mouth open. That's a clear sign that he may be breathing hard. Number 2, he does not drop the right hand anymore. It either comes straight or he loops it. He doesn't drop it.
Williams stepped inside and banged Klitschko with the body, but missed him with the right hand. Vitali, far the more accurate puncher, and now as he's starting to get that left hook in the mix, he's beginning to hurt Danny again.
Good
Hard right hand. The left hook is setting up right hands now for Vitali Klitschko.
Because Danny's standing outside where he's right in Vitali's range, and he's not close enough that he can hit Vitali back.
He can't maximize his punching power from out there. He needs to get closer to really hurt it. As long as Klitschko can fend Williams off and deal with him from out here, it's a scoring festival for Vitali.
Yeah, but Vitali will have to hurry up and knock Danny Williams out, or else he's going to have problems at the end of this fight.
He looks exhausted already.
Yeah, Danny's just going to get better.
Look at Vitali heaving to try to get one big breath into his body.
Klitschko doesn't get credit enough for how intelligently he fights, because he knows when to throw at the target and when to throw through the target.
Williams caught Klitschko with a long left hook, but the punch was extended, didn't have maximum power.
I like to see Vitali do stuff like that, Jim. From outside, he's throwing a hook, uppercut, and coming back with a double hook sometimes. You don't see the big guys do stuff like that too often.
He's touching up Danny's face too, Roy. The right eye is beginning to swell shut.
Oh, low blow again.
That was another one, way low. Keep him up.
Jay Nady's been right on it. Whose confidence is where now, Roy?
Well, Vitali's confidence is very high because he's still landing punches at will. But Danny's confidence is coming. See that? That kind of punch will hurt Vitali if you ever can catch him with it. So his confidence is not gone because this is how he got this shot, by getting lucky at the end of a fight when a fighter was worn down.
All right, man. These are the rounds we've been talking about. Now you're going to suck it up and start to move your head. Move your head and go to the body. You don't want to quit on me, do you, champion? You want to win the heavyweight title tonight? Listen, you're still in this thing, Danny. Come on.
December 22, tune in for Reverse of the Curse of the Bambino. It's an update from the earlier documentary, Curse of the Bambino. You'll follow the Sox from their 86-year curse all the way through to the breaking of that spell in this year's World Series.
You're moving very good, but you still have to move a little bit more. You noticed what I told you worked. The left hook you got him with was very good. But be careful. Don't keep your hands too low.
4 rounds in, 8 rounds left to go. Battle for the heavyweight title held by Vitali Klitschko.
Start the 3-minute round now.
He has knocked Danny Williams around the ring, knocked him down twice, cut his eye, swelled him up, but Williams is still in the fight, and Klitschko is by no means out of danger.
And Klitschko seems more confident and more calm than usual.
Klitschko seems a little more secure now that he can take Williams' punch than appeared to be the case at the beginning. That could be a mirage, too. Firing the left hook as a counter when Williams steps in has been very effective for Vitali Klitschko. And it works again.
Now he's fighting the fight he should fight always, which is outside, pepper got it death, and just keep doing what he has to do.
Accurate punches by Klitschko, left, right, right. Saw CompuBox numbers showed you Vitali landed more than half the punches he threw in the last round. Same thing seems to be happening here. That kind of left hook could be dangerous, but Williams missed it by 6 inches.
And that's not good for him.
Because it leaves him vulnerable to stuff like that.
Here at ringside, you can hear the thud of Klitschko's punches.
That was a good rare body shot thrown by Vitali.
He's not quick enough. He's not quick enough to get you with the shot you don't see coming very often.
But I think Danny Williams is a little too slow to catch Vitali right now.
Thud on the top of the head by Klitschko. Williams wobbles momentarily.
Good shot by Vitali. Oh, that hurt.
Best right hand since the first round. And you wonder now how long Danny Williams is going to want this.
But what you got to understand, what people have to understand is that Vitali is much bigger than Mike Tyson. So these punches are having much more effect on Danny Williams than the Tyson punches would have.
Is hardly fighting back now. I scored that a 2-point round.
Halfway done, Vitali Klitschko is thoroughly dominating Danny Williams with a few nervous moments here and there.
You gotta move the head.
That was on tape a week ago in Las Vegas. Here is a live look at Staples Center, where once again, coming up very shortly, you'll be seeing the light heavyweight title fight, or actually, it's not officially a title fight. It's just the fight between the two best fighters in the division at this moment. Antonio Tarver, who allowed himself to be stripped of his world title so he could make the deal for this fight, against Glenn Johnson, who allowed himself to be stripped of his world title so that he could do this piece of business. We'll talk more about it a little bit later on. Bottom line, this is the best makeable fight in the light heavyweight division between the two best fighters in the division at this moment, and you'll be seeing it soon.
Your head, you understand? You gotta move your head. All right?
You've got to throw punches down.
Come on,
man.
man.
It's awkward. It'll be awkward when you can close that gap.
Come on, your children are watching you at home. Your children are watching you at home.
They're
watching.
Can you see?
Yeah, I can see. He can see, baby. Come on.
You're doing exactly what I told you. It's very good. Keep moving, stay active, and use your left hand. But you have to lift your hand up.
Don't give this guy nothing. This guy's getting tired too.
He's tired, Danny.
He's tired, Danny. This is where we want him, in a blood and guts fight. Right here is where we want him.
Push yourself
I want you to start pushing yourself. Do you want to win the title? Yeah. Tell it to me again.
Let's go, Danny.
The Mandalay Bay Events Center, Las Vegas, Nevada. One of the boxing capitals of the world. Heavyweight title fight. Vitali Klitschko in the black trunks. So far beating up Danny Williams, the man who conquered Mike Tyson. I said halfway done. That was one round premature. This is the 6th round of a scheduled 12. The fact is we might be more than halfway done. Kind of hard to imagine the fight going 12. In the last 2 rounds, Vitali's shown some good footwork in getting away from Danny Williams' lunges, but that time, Williams caught him with the left hand.
But it was interesting how Klitschko was expecting it. He leaned back, and it didn't have anything on it by the time it landed.
Well, again, as Roy has pointed out, from this distance, Williams isn't very dangerous.
Not at all.
Oh, good right hand at the end of that combination. Williams backs up again. Vitali wanted to throw an uppercut, swept the right hand instead. Williams jumps inside, doesn't really get anything done. Williams is showing courage, not a lot else. Good body shots by Williams. That'd be a good way to start.
Yep, and he's trying to land that big left hook, but Vitali Klitschko is so big that he keeps knocking Williams off balance.
You can't hit and hold. You can't hold. Hit.
John Ruiz could have told Danny Williams, Jay Nady doesn't let you hold and hit. Roy Jones could have told Danny Williams, Jay Nady doesn't let you hold and hit.
Now you're going to have to fight if you're in there with Jay. Good body shot by Klitschko.
He's fought a truly intelligent fight over the course of these first 6 rounds.
Stop. Don't hold his head
And
down.
an increasingly frustrated Williams is flailing at him now.
I don't know that he's necessarily frustrated, Jim. I think that's what he was looking forward to.
He was planning on taking a beating and hoping that by the 10th round, Klitschko would fall down on his own.
Or hurt his shoulder like he did against Chris Bird.
No. Oh, thank you.
Williams almost falls into the ropes as he walks back to his corner following the punishment of round 6.
Look at me. Vitali, you have to stand a little lower. Let him come and do it with your left hand.
Each Wednesday, catch Inside the NFL. Join Bob Costas, Chris Collinsworth, Dan Marino, and Chris Carter for highlights of all the NFL games with playoff implications, plus analysis and picks.
Okay, baby. Okay, come on. Danny, start using your jab.
Open your eyes.
Move the jab. Hey, Danny, move your jab from one side to the other. Upstairs and downstairs. Upstairs and downstairs. Start moving it like you're moving it in the gym. Just a minute. Come on, Jim.
So now we're halfway through. 6 rounds of a scheduled 12. Fight looks something like Vitali Klitschko's title-winning effort against Corey Sanders in Los Angeles earlier this year, as Vitali fended Sanders off until he wasn't dangerous and finally got rid of him. Harold, how do you have it through 6?
Okay, Jim, 60-52, 6 rounds to nothing. Vitali Klitschko. I gave it an extra point. There was 1 and 3 for the knockdown. Let me tell you something, Jim. Danny Williams keeps throwing that right hand. He's looping that right hand, and he's rabbit punching Vitali Klitschko. Jay Nady warned them once in round 5 for rabbit punching, and he just did it again. I'm telling you, he's doing it constantly. Nady's going to take a point away from Williams for rabbit punching, and it's going to be real soon.
If your scorecard is correct, and I have no reason to believe it isn't, Williams is already at that point in the fight where he probably needs a knockout to win.
I think he was there in round 2.
Yeah, actually, round 1. I think that's how he came here.
But the predictions on the part of Williams' corner that Klitschko has a stamina problem may be holding up. He looks tireder here than he did after 6 rounds with Sanders.
Well, but Jim, Williams isn't doing enough to make him work and take advantage of it.
He's allowing him to relax and recuperate.
And as the result, every 20 or 30 seconds, Vitali gets the energy to throw a 4 or 5 punch combination, and usually he lands the punches.
And you see he's not even throwing hard punches anymore because he doesn't want to expend too much energy.
He lands 1 hard punch, a right hand that wobbles Williams back into the ropes. And when Williams throws in retaliation, Vitali intelligently steps back, waits for Williams to come to him, and lands a left and a right.
Do you think, Roy, that Williams at this point has enough strength, enough balance to really land a right hand and hurt Klitschko?
Not enough balance, but if he lands it, he could hurt Klitschko, yes. His balance is not good, though.
He just went down for the 3rd time in the fight. But he's got his legs under him as he goes back out there.
And Klitschko, like a real professional, he knows what's happening in the fight. He's not going to take the chance of walking into a wild punch if he can avoid it.
And that's very smart on Vitali's part.
Just going to keep letting Danny come to him. You heard Fritz Zedinek telling Klitschko in the corner, let him walk into your left hands. Let him keep walking into your left. Klitschko steps forward, fires a 1-2, and then steps back to get away from Williams' retaliation. Little body punch, right hand, left hand upstairs. For the most part, it's still target practice for Vitali Klitschko.
All right. Rocky Marciano Vitali.
Keep it back then. Come on.
Come on, baby. Put your head up. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Put your hands on the over here. Come on. Come on, baby.
He's dead tired, Danny.
He's dead tired.
Danny.
Danny, how you feel?
Come on.
Danny, he's dead tired. He's dead tired.
Of course.
Danny, he's dead fucking tired.
Oh, you
hear me?
away from winning the world title, Dan.
You've been giving him shots.
Let me see your eye.
Come on, baby.
He's okay.
Come on.
Open up your right eye. Open up your right eye, Dan.
Come on. He's in trouble, baby.
He's okay, man.
Bring the
Can you
heat, Dan.
see?
Bring
Can
the
you see?
heat.
Tell him you can see.
You're right.
He
All
can
right.
see, man.
You can see.
Here you see Vitali Klitschko keeping Danny at bay and lands a beautiful right uppercut. That uppercut hurt Danny Williams really, really, really bad.
You know,
Then he comes back and hits him with a shot behind the head, and that really probably should not have been called a knockdown because it was more of a push down from the back of the head.
Right.
He did hit him on a jab, but he pushed him down from the back with the overhand, so that probably could have not been ruled a knockdown, but he's so exhausted and his balance is so bad that anything like that will put him down now.
Well, plus, but Klitschko got credit for the knockdown because of what he'd done before. Yes, Larry.
You know, I concede the possibility that anything can happen in a fight. That Klitschko could suddenly hit the wall, that Williams could hit him with a punch and end it. But he is taking such a terrible beating, Williams. I mean, this is a fight, and taking these kinds of big punches from a big man for so long, that I think the case should be made to stop this fight, that this man is just taking a terrible, terrible weapon.
Yeah, if he continues to take this weapon for another couple of rounds, I think so too, but that's why they haven't stopped him yet.
Almost landed a left hook right there.
Exactly.
That left hook was partially blocked. Klitschko is scared of his left hook. Williams lands it to the body.
Oh,
Klitschko hurts him with the right hand. Williams with the roundhouse misses, and Klitschko takes advantage to land. Misses again with the left, does Williams.
Boy, I'll tell you, Williams is a real horse. To take this kind of punishment, still come forward.
His right eye's almost completely closed.
And keep trying to score a knockout at that. That's it.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You okay?
No way. Stop the fight.
Jay
That's
Nady's
it.
seen enough. At virtually the same moment at which Vitali Klitschko was declared the winner over Corey Sanders in the 8th round, he gets rid of Danny Williams too.
And once again, unlike the other claimants to the heavyweight championship, he ends it in style.
You didn't see anything on November 13 in New York like that, other than Hasim Rahman's knockout of a lesser fighter, Kalinian. So Vitali Klitschko once again offers his claim. And the skeptics can say what they want. He did what he had to do, Roy.
Yeah, he did do what he had to do. He looked very impressive doing it. He fought a very smart, intelligent type fight for Klitschko. But you can't say that Kelly Meehan was a lesser opponent than Danny Williams.
Really?
No, because both guys...
I was saying a lesser opponent than Hasim Rahman, basically, you know, but I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, you can't say that he's a lesser opponent than what Rahman had in front of him, because both guys tried. This guy tried his hardest.
Oh, listen, I think Rahman could conceivably be the heavyweight champ, but let's go back to what Klitschko's doing to Danny Williams here.
Just counter-punching him all night long. That's a beautiful counter right uppercut earlier, a double right uppercut there, something you don't see from a big man. That's why I'm so impressed by him. Then he followed it with the 1-2 and dropped him, and that was good night.
This is what you mean by beautiful boxing.
Yeah, the double uppercut. Look at that from a big man. Then a bing, bing, 1-2 down the middle and ends things. You don't see big guys put punches together like that.
And he did it.
He's impressed me tonight, I must admit it.
Vitali Klitschko scores his 34th knockout in 35 wins. In a ring completely smothered with blood.
And Danny Williams came with the right fight plan, just that he was a little too slow, wasn't quite mobile enough to take advantage of what he thought would be a good situation.
He was technically outgunned by a better fighter.
Outclassed, totally outclassed.
Let's go to ring announcer Michael Buffer to tell us about the TKO.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we give the official time, a round of applause for the courage and heart displayed by this challenger from London, England, Danny Williams. Referee Jay Nady calls a halt to this contest here at the Mandalay Bay of Las Vegas. The official time, 1 minute, 26 seconds of round number 8. The winner, and still the WBC heavyweight champion of the world, Dr. Iron Fist, Vitali